He followed every rule as a gun owner: FOID card, concealed carry permit, background checks, all the proper paperwork. Every box checked. Every requirement met. Every law respected. Yet he was arrested, handcuffed, processed, charged. And take a look at this single mother, a woman who renewed her license on time, who carried her legal documents with care, who did everything right, yet was pulled over, handcuffed, and told she was facing a felony. All of this happened just this week in Chicago. And it's not a nightmare. This isn't fiction. This is real life for law-abiding gun owners. Both of them, Louis McWilliams and Lucy Washington, faced felony charges they never deserved. Both were treated like criminals, detained for 24 hours, and left to pick up the pieces of their lives. In this video, we expose the hidden discrepancies in the system, uncover the truth behind what's really happening to gun owners, and show you exactly how to stay protected. So before you carry your firearm again, make sure you watch this entire video. It could literally save your freedom. And if you're new here, subscribe to Firearms Legal Desk, hit the notification bell, and share this video. Because every gun owner needs to see what's coming next. Because what happened to Louis and Lucy isn't a glitch. It isn't random. It's part of a growing pattern, and by the end of this video, you'll understand just how dangerous it can be, and how you can avoid being the next victim. Louis McWilliams is not a criminal. He's a hard-working man, a small business owner with a dream, a cheesecake shop in Chicago's south suburbs. He wakes up early, prepares his ingredients, manages orders, and dreams of expanding his business across the city. And like millions of responsible Americans, Louis carries a firearm legally. FOID card? Check. Concealed carry license? Check. Background checks? Check. Every piece of documentation he could possibly need, properly filed and up to date. One quiet evening, Louis drives home from his shop. Nothing unusual. No speeding. No reckless behavior. A routine drive, except for one minor oversight. A missing front license plate. A small, ordinary detail, but one that would spiral into a nightmare. As the red and blue lights flash behind him, Louis pulls over. Calm, cooperative, responsible. He puts his hands on the wheel and waits. Every action precise. Every word measured. He tells the officers he is armed. He shows his FOID card and concealed carry license. Everything is in order. And yet, the system fails him. Because when the officers check the Illinois State Police database, his information doesn't appear. His concealed carry permit is missing from the system. And in that moment, everything changes. Louis is arrested. Felony charges are filed. For 24 hours, he is treated like a criminal, locked in a cell, facing a system that should have recognized his lawful compliance. And just days later, a similar story unfolds. Different person. Different stop. Same system failure. Same terrifying outcome. And this time, it's a single mother, caring for her safety and the protection of her family. Lucy Washington is a single mother, balancing her responsibilities as a parent, entrepreneur, and licensed gun owner. She renewed her license weeks before it expired, receiving confirmation from the state. She carried physical and digital proof, ready to comply with any law enforcement request. But when she was pulled over for a minor traffic violation, failing to signal a turn, the system told a different story. Her license appeared expired. Her renewal? Not reflected. Her proof? Ignored. She was handcuffed, charged with a felony she did not commit. The trauma she experienced, the humiliation, fear, and stress, cannot be understated. For law-abiding citizens, there is no training to prepare you for being treated like a criminal when all the rules are followed. Lucy's story is not unique. It is part of a disturbing pattern. And as we delve deeper, you will see that these are not simple oversights, but systemic issues that could affect thousands of responsible gun owners across the country. At the heart of these arrests is the Illinois State Police's LEADS database. This system is supposed to protect both officers and citizens by confirming that any gun owner's license is valid in real time. But what happens when the system fails? When a fully licensed, law-abiding gun owner's information doesn't appear, the results can be devastating. Louis's concealed carry permit was physically present. Lucy's renewed license existed digitally, yet the system failed to reflect their status. Officers followed protocol based on incomplete data. Prosecutors approved felony charges. And suddenly, compliance with the law is irrelevant. Experts warn that such errors are not isolated. Irv Miller, a former prosecutor, explains that these mistakes can occur even when all documentation is correct. They saw his card. They inventoried it. He never should have been charged, Miller says. Yet the process continued. Arrest, detention, legal battles. The impact on Lewis McWilliams was immediate and devastating. Days of incarceration, legal fees, lost business opportunities, missed meetings. The emotional toll of being treated as a criminal despite following the law is immense. For Lucy Washington, the consequences were equally severe. Embarrassment, fear, and the constant reminder that the system could fail her again. Her credibility as a professional and parent temporarily questioned, all because the database didn't update on time. These stories illustrate a frightening truth. Following the law is not always enough to protect you. Systems fail. Data lags. Officers follow protocol, even if the protocol harms innocent, law-abiding citizens. The Illinois cases highlight a problem with broader implications. States across the country are implementing digital firearm tracking systems designed to streamline law enforcement and public safety. But as we've seen in Chicago, even a minor delay or glitch can transform responsible citizens into felons in the eyes of the law. Phil Smith, president of the National African American Gun Association, warns that this is part of a larger pattern. Law-abiding citizens are at risk when these systems fail. When compliance is ignored, and databases dictate guilt, no one is truly safe. So what can you do to protect yourself? Here's the essential checklist for every gun owner. 1. Renew FOID and concealed carry licenses well before expiration. Don't risk last-minute processing delays. Keep both physical and digital proof of all licenses at all times. 2. Confirm with the state database that your renewal is reflected in the system before carrying. 3. Record every law enforcement interaction. Dash cams or smartphone recordings can protect your rights. 4. Have the contact of a firearms attorney ready. Someone who understands wrongful arrests and the intricacies of firearm law. Awareness and preparation are the most powerful tools you have. The system may fail, but knowledge protects you. Lewis and Lucy's charges were eventually dropped. Their names cleared, but the emotional and financial toll remains. They were victims of a system designed to track and verify, yet failed spectacularly. If this can happen in Illinois, it can happen anywhere. And law-abiding citizens need to understand that compliance alone is no guarantee of safety. What Lewis and Lucy experienced is just the tip of the iceberg. Beyond database errors and delayed renewals, there are hidden risks that most gun owners never consider. Did you know that in some counties, even minor paperwork discrepancies can trigger automatic felony alerts? That a small clerical error at the state level can make your legal firearm instantly unverified in the system? Or that some officers are trained to arrest first and verify later, leaving law-abiding citizens in jail while their status is confirmed hours or even days later. These are not isolated incidents. In Illinois alone, dozens of cases like this have quietly occurred, never reported by the media. And as digital tracking systems expand nationwide, these risks are spreading, silently, invisibly, and dangerously. Imagine traveling to another state with your legal firearm, only to be flagged in a database because of a renewal delay in your home state. Imagine being treated like a criminal before you even have a chance to explain yourself. In this video, we'll not only expose these hidden traps, but we'll also show you exactly what you can do to avoid being caught in them, so you never end up behind bars for following the law. Because if you think these problems only happen in Chicago, think again. The next state could be your home, your workplace, or the very street you walk every day, and the consequences could be catastrophic if you aren't prepared. Chicago might be the flashpoint, but it's far from the only place this is happening. Across the nation, states are digitizing firearm records, centralizing databases, and creating systems designed to track every legal gun owner. On paper, this sounds like safety, but the reality is more alarming. Every time a license renewal is delayed, a database isn't updated, or a system glitch occurs, you risk being treated like a criminal, even if you've done nothing wrong. Reports are emerging from New York, California, and other states where similar incidents have happened quietly. Cases buried in court files, never reported in the news. Law-abiding citizens have been handcuffed, charged, and forced to prove their innocence, sometimes losing jobs, businesses, or custody battles along the way. This is a nationwide warning. The rules are changing, and the system can fail you without notice. It doesn't matter if you're careful, lawful, and responsible. In the wrong place at the wrong time, a single clerical error or digital glitch can turn your life upside down. And the most frightening part? There is no official system tracking how often this happens. No state office keeps comprehensive statistics. No one knows how many people like Louis and Lucy are living in fear of the law, even after following it. In the next segment, we'll show you how these hidden failures intersect with new policies and technologies, and how they could put every gun owner at risk. If you carry, you need to know what's coming before it's too late. As states modernize their firearm systems, a new layer of risk emerges: digital tracking. Every renewal, every purchase, every background check, all stored in centralized databases that can be accessed instantly by law enforcement. On paper, this is meant to prevent crime. In reality, it creates a system where a single error, a delayed update, a misfiled record, or even a clerical mistake, can flag a law-abiding citizen as a potential criminal. Imagine this scenario. You renew your concealed carry license online. The confirmation email says it's complete, but the state database hasn't updated yet. You carry legally, as you always do. A routine traffic stop occurs, the officer checks the database, and suddenly, you're on the wrong side of the law. Arrested. Charged. Your life turned upside down. All because a digital system failed. Experts warn that this is just the beginning. New laws being considered in multiple states would allow automatic reporting of every firearm transaction in real time, with penalties for even minor discrepancies. That means one small mistake, something completely out of your control, could have catastrophic consequences. In the next segment, we'll break down exactly what steps you must take to stay protected. The actions that could mean the difference between freedom and being treated like a criminal. Stay tuned, because missing even one could put you at risk. Louis and Lucy were lucky. Their charges were eventually dropped. Their names cleared. But what about the countless others who aren't so fortunate? What happened in Chicago is not isolated. It's a warning, a glimpse of a system that can fail, a system that can turn law-abiding citizens into criminals in the blink of an eye. And with new digital tracking laws spreading across the nation, the risk is only growing. Every law-abiding gun owner needs to understand one thing: following the rules may not be enough. Systems fail. Databases glitch. Clerical errors happen. And when they do, you could be facing felony charges you never deserved. But there is a way to protect yourself. Know your rights. Keep all your documentation in order, both physical and digital. Confirm your status in state databases. Record interactions. Stay vigilant, and have a trusted firearms attorney ready, just in case. Your freedom, your safety, and your livelihood could depend on it. If you found this video eye-opening, subscribe to Firearms Legal Desk right now. Hit the notification bell so you never miss critical updates. Like this video to support awareness, and share it to protect other responsible gun owners.